Good evening, friends. Welcome to den traditionella bondedemokratin. And it is New Year's Eve of 2014. Oops, 2014. Imagine 2014. Who would have thought that we'd make it this far, this long? Yes, indeed, New Year's Eve. Cheers. Yes, indeed, cheers. The actual population is now 38,000, friends. That is not bad. And if we look here, compared to last year, this year, which is about to end, has been quite much better, quite a lot better. And there we have it. Now it's a new year. It's a clean slate. The economy last year. Yes, I did auto build something, and I don't know when that happened. Yes, by the way, we're situated outside. Yes, it was a storage for nuclear waste. Yes, because it burnt down again. It's a good way to get rid of nuclear waste, I suppose. We park it way out, and then sooner or later it will catch fire, and then it will disappear. Yes, there you go, stupid game. I got one in on you. Yes. I don't know what the tally is, though. It is not in my favor. Let's say that. But other than this, we did not buy much. We vehicles, apparently. One, probably some construction thing that we don't make. Yes, foreign manpower. 918 workdays. Yes. What was the domestic production and consumption? In industry, 789,008 workdays. Construction, 424. This is a lot. It's a lot of work, is what it is. Consumption of resources, but we don't get the total, regrettably. I will have to add those up. That 110,000, about 175,000. No, 1.75 million, about. Yes. Workdays. I might be completely. I don't know what I'm talking about. It is very much possible. Yes, consumption of resources, construction. Yes, steel, 27,207 tons. What the hell? How is that even possible? Well, this is how it's possible, I suppose. 27,410 million worth of steel. But that doesn't sound right to me. 27,000. No. That sounds like way too much. It can't possibly be 27,000. Consumption of resources, construction. It just isn't. It is in some... But why would it not be in tons? Everything else is in tons. But it must be something else, but because it just isn't that much. I can prove it. The palace of the Soviets is like 7,500 tons in total. And... we will keep you around here. And the ship that we're building, that's like 4,000 tons in total. And so far, does it look finished to you? No, it doesn't, but actually it's operating without issues now. And it is not far from finished. But anyway, in total, it requires 4,000 something tons. Though we cannot have consumed 27,000 tons. It's not. It's something else. Leave it. There we have it. And And that's disturbing. You can't trust these numbers, I suppose. But this sounds more reasonable. Consumption of resources industry, 2,500 tons. Yes, that is within reason, I think. And production, steel. Yes, this is also within reason. 2,500 tons. That sounds about right to me. And what's this then? 27,000. There's something wrong here. Just this. And there you have it. I don't know what to do about that. The steel mill is operating without issues. At the production percentage, I mean, we are not that kind of nation that could be going here, but we could be doing better than this. I actually think it ought to be possible to do much better than this. And there are two main places to sink workers into here in order to get this going. And it is here, and it is here. Yes. And right now, I think that this should be renamed coal. This is nothing. This is simply coal. As in steelworks, we have those two bus stops on which we're dependent. But we have buses going every which way in. And at the moment, you see, there is nothing here. But, okay, but this is nice. I'm talking rubbish. It's doing excellent. You see, 88 workers in the coal mine. Half a thousand tons. No, that would be half a kiloton then of coal. Yes. Half a kiloton. Yes, kiloton. That's very good. Here, yes. Look at the trains here. It's very, this thing. Yes, it is eating up a lot. And both Oskarshamn, they're completely empty, and Huskvarna is completely empty. Everywhere else, though, they have lots. We could mooch. We could move resources around a bit to where it's needed. But then, what happens is that we end up running out somewhere here. Katzinshel, for example, seem to be they only get 9%, and it's after Huskvarna, which gets 100% at the moment. So you're stuck with what you got, and I think that will last a while in Katzinshel, unless we're going to build something enormous out there. We already have built something enormous out there. Yes. I mean, maybe this is working quite nice. 218 workers. Yes, that's about half capacity almost. And yes, the steel, the coal heap is keeping up, sort of. I suppose don't touch it then. How many people are living here now? There are 3,000. Yes, I mean, this is so great. You wonder when the next nasty disaster is going to strike, and what it will be this time. There's always something. Yes, here there is apparently oil if one would want it, and also out here there is oil, very far away, as the road goes, but it is not that far away as the As the pipe goes, maybe. Yes, but if you want the pipe, you need a road too. Yes, and do we need more oil? No, not quite. Do we need? We have more than rebound from the previous fuel sort of catastrophe. It didn't actually turn out as bad as it could have, but it was quite. We had to buy. Yes, remember we had to buy a train full of diesel, and then it's not good. Then it's bad. Then we're doing bad. So it was that bad. But now, look at us, 2,000 tons in storage. But the bitumen here is a problem because it's building up, and the enormous bitumen sink here is about to be full, and the enormous bitumen sink here is already full. Yes, and this will be the bitumen sink, and this will, I remember, 19,000 something tons. That will be something of a bitumen sink, and then we could sail it off when it's full. In about 2020, maybe. Yes. Still, 36,345 workdays remaining. But that we can be hundreds of people in here at times. So it's you see, look at it now. A surge of buses are arriving. Isn't it? As we can look at them like ants. That's what they become when we speed it up like this, And then it's like ants, cartoon ants. Yes, 230 workers we have in here, and another shift is arriving. That's more like it. Yes, and it's continuing here. Very nice. It's a very frequent bus line, this. But it seems to be working. It does use a bit of fuel. But since we now have, yes, let's go and have a look at the train diesel station here, just to make sure. And it's actually not that much in here. What's wrong? You're standing still. Is that part of regular operations, or is something the matter? This looks like something is the matter here. What has happened? Okay. Who told you to go? Because that's you go to the same place. Is what you do. So this is a bit of a. Let's get rid of this first. Here. We don't need to. You don't need to go and load any electrical components because we don't use that much. It is completely overkill. This train. Yes. Go away. But how did you end up here? You railroad. Semaphore. Yes, it should not have been allowed in there. If that would have been blue. If that train was in there. You know what happened. I know what happened. Yes, it went for a refuel, or it was for a refuel, and then when it headed out in this block, here. It turned around and went in there. Is it even possible? Yes, it's a very short train, remember, so it is very much possible for it to do. Yes, that's what happened. And you see, that's... I mean, I cannot do anything about that, you know. The game is wrong. I'm sorry, but the game is wrong on this occasion. The game is wrong. It cannot do that. No. You cannot. This is not a switching yard, you know. This is just a switch. Yes. There it is. It is one block. All of this. Get in and get the hell out is what it's about. You don't turn around in here. No. You do not. It is verboten. Yes. Damn train. Why? Why do they keep doing this? Yes, the game is broken. That's what. You see, we can witness it right here. It will happen. No, you're going to Husqvarna. We can demonstrate then. Yes, we can demonstrate. See here, Husqvarna, Beata's warehouse. It's down that line. Yes. Why did you turn around? This is not turning into a good demonstration if you're doing... You should just stay there. What are you doing? Come back. You're empty. Weren't you just... There. Is this empty? It was empty maybe, yes. Yes, you see, that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. Yes. 134 tons. That's about time. That's what that is. 27 tons of food remaining. And you're racing. I mean, I think that you'll win this. Yes, now you'll see. And there, it did it. Yes. It cannot do such things. No. In this case, it was fine. But, you know, it needs to obey the rules. Otherwise, it will end up here. Yes, right where it was. Damn it. It's broken. It's what it is. Well. What are you doing now? Yes, this has caused a little bit of a backup, you know. Yes, we could optimize here a little bit. Still, it would not have been needed if things were flowing as they're supposed to. But this is really not long enough to put another one in here. You see, we can use the train to measure here. There, no. It will have to be there. And you see, you know, one of those short ones would certainly benefit, though. Yes, it will take a short one plus a long one, so a short one can be at the front, but not a long. Well, a long one will be there. Yes. Yes. So if you were before here, you would have been allowed to go. Well, I mean, really, you can go. Really, it's safe, you know. As your workers, of course, as well. You're doing, what the hell is this? This is some line. This is a very, very old line from back when this place was constructed. As in the 70s. It was. But you're causing a bit of an issue here, train. So if you would get the move on, please. Yes, we're working on it. We're long trains. It takes time for us to move. But at least we got to see the very nice roundabout, which is not quite round. What happened here? Why does it have this shape? I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to rebuild the Beatus roundabout. Definitely not. That will cause quite a stir here in the realm. How is it doing? Yes, we're building dumpers. Finally got the idea to build dumpers. Well, always missing dumpers, you know. The vehicle that is missed the most. For example, down here at the very new construction office, which is around here somewhere. I don't quite have my bearings here, but it's all the way down here, over here. Okay, there we go. I mean, this could do things. It will have to travel a little bit, but we have built a nice road here for it. As workers, for example, here, and everything else, you know, stuff. Stuff you can get there, except for steel. We will get back to steel. Where is it? It's here, concrete, yes, concrete, and here, gravel, very nice, asphalt, yes, mechanical components, yes, at the factory, of course, here, I suppose we have a bit of electrical things, yes we do, so that ought to do it. Except for steel, this is wrong. You have a special place, you go here. Much better. Much better, in fact, because this is not a good place to go for steel. There is always a train or something in here. Or the truck, which always gets priority for some reason when it's in here, but it's yes, it's nice that it does, because it supplies the local thing here, the local economy, or the local commune. Yes, the very local commune of the whole communism, you know. Yes, I had to adjust the environmental system slightly. I overestimated how hot it was. It was not that hot. In fact, it was not even. It was warm. It was very warm. This was it was. It was not hot. But here we go. Yes. They put on some music. $123 workers. I mean, I suppose this here we have a town of how many people? 3,000. And here we have a town of, come on, yes, about the same, a bit more, 400 more. Although they can't be bothered to work at the thing, that's good. They have better things to do. 200 unemployed workers. That's terrible. This place is, but this place is what it is. Yes, we're not going to get any more efficiency out of this place. We will have to remove every single thing here and do it all over again. Every single line of workers. I have no idea of all the things that goes on here. How many related vehicles are there? Plenty. What do you do? Steelwork. Okay. What do you do? Go to the Folksjö bus stop too. I don't know what that is. I think that might be, prefab panels and wood and things. No, it's not. It's meat. You do meat. The meat, we're in balance with the meat. Excellent. However, the population is increasing. But we will not. I don't think it will increase a whole lot more than this, because the number of adult children will at some point reach a steady state when every town gets a worker who was unemployed, no adult children. You haven't fixed that yet? No. You see, Huskvarna is finally full. There you have it. It's full. The capital is full of people. How much the shop is keeping up. I did have to put a second meat truck. Was not enough. No. It wasn't. We need even more. Apparently, how many people live here actually? And you know what we do? We have meat on the railroad too. We could actually go. Is this the capital? Maybe they should get their meat via the rail. Do we need more trains on the railroad doing exactly what was demonstrated here previously? No, we do not. Although up here it is, they still do it. Yes, that will be the ruin of this place. Whatever I do, that will always, may always ruin this place. Except for, rebuilding the whole thing. But that's not going to happen. So we have learned that always put your fueling things separate from every other infrastructure. Yes, every other infrastructure. Yes, all other infrastructure, I think is how you put it. There are so many workers here, but the steel is not showing up. Never mind that. That can do what it likes. It is taking away from. This is a much more important project. Really, it is. And it is missing steel. God damn it! Train. What are you doing? You're still standing around here, I suppose. Yes, we'll get back to this and have a look at the population. But right now, okay, 280 tons. You need 690 tons to finish. I suppose you might as well get over here with what you got. Yes. And that was something, at least, wasn't it? How much was that? 280 tons. Yes. $340 tons. This is going to take forever. Well, it is what it does. Yes, that's what it does. At least there are many buses arriving. Are there any workers on the buses? Not really. Serious iron and steel here. It didn't have any workers. But the one before it, or something. So somehow some people got off here. Very good. That's where do you come from? Polskevo. Coal. There's coal, and it's actually full over at the coal industry, and we get some leftovers. Yes, for the steel mill. Very good. That's how it's supposed to be working. Yes, as long as that makes enough coal, which it seems to do at the moment. Yes, it's a perfect balance, almost. It is. The workers and the resources are here. Here, from let's see here. We can close this down, I suppose. Yes, from here to here, the workers and the resources are in balance. That's what they are. That's, rise of metallurgy is very fitting then. Since the rise of metallurgy, we've been doing this for quite some time. The steel mill, I think that was like in the very beginning, wasn't it? Yes, first few years that we built that. Yes, and the 1st of February. Yes, I'm a bit distracted there, but we can just enjoy the workers and the resources in the balance, and the balance that they're in. Gdansk steel mill. How 120? You like? Well, you have your moments, but right now it's more like an average day, isn't it? Yes, you're a bit so. Now the balance is not perfect any longer, but yes, the balance is still good. But there are simply fewer workers in the system here. Yes, that's what it is. What happened to the train that went out here? That would be the steel for the boat. You just stopped. What a bad timing. But we're meeting something. What are we meeting? Oh, it's fuel. That's important. Right now it's a bit overkill. We have 2 of those enormous trains running, and we don't quite need it at the moment. We should send one of them to the rail yard then. I suppose we should. 3rd of February, and the steel for the ships, for the boat, is coming. It's a good acceleration, this thing. 114. Stop speed already. Which route will you choose here? If you have plenty, I think you'll be boring. No, you went left. Interesting. Then you wonder what you... Okay, there are many options for this. There really is probably only one, but I have absolutely no idea which route it's going to take. Although this is... what's going on? What is this enormous block here? It's the gratuitous block is what it is. Apparently it is being used regularly here. Now, that's why we're waiting then. It's because of this unnecessary bit of railroad. Unnecessary? I don't know. Have you seen it? It is not unnecessary. It is very much necessary, is what it is. I mean, it would have been a bit prouder if this was a fully loaded train, but there we go. This is what we could muster for the moment. I think it was a good thing to send it off so that they could get to work on this bit at least. Because this will just go and empty out and turn back to the steel mill. And maybe then there is some more steel available for us. Yes. We really should get more workers in the steel industry. Can we though? No, we cannot. Not at current as it is right now. No, that would mean seriously remodeling things. I'm seeing a bus platform that is within walking range of both the steel mill and the iron mine. Okay. Yes, and that is fed via a pipeline, a rolling pipeline of workers from Katinshad 2. You know, by the large, enormous, weird, strange houses that were built there. Yes, they need something to do. As this apparently has turned into the main line or something. This was just a silly thing. I thought I would have to tell trains explicitly to go this route. You know, it cannot be excluded that I have actually done that with some signaling or something, intentional or not. Quite possibly intentionally, but I forgot about it. It may well be. I mean, this acceleration, I mean, it's uphill, and 500. Okay, we're not that heavy, but still. Yes, it's good. I think that you can hold down without just H here. H without doing control. Yes, I'm afraid to say, and I'm even more afraid to touch it. Yes, you can, without it crashing. And then you also have this circle, which I don't know what it does. But there you go. And here is something. You can see how it can go or something. Nodes. Yes, now it's that was just autosave. I hope. Are you coming in a day soon? Yes. Okay, it takes this route. Yes, this must be the shortest one then. Well, then it turns out that the railroad wasn't unnecessary then. In the end, coal ore processing plant is on fire. What? No. That can't be. Well, it can be. It is, but it's. Don't think that we need to bother. No. Did anyone die? No. Very good. Yes, this. How many workers are at the ship? Where are you going? Well, I suppose this is one way of doing it as well. Other options are available, but this is one way. No, other options are not available. This is just a crazy, a strange spur. This that it wants to go to, isn't it? What? Did you stop for fuel? They did stop for fuel. They stop for fuel sometimes then, if it's on the route or something. This was not... But it was not low enough for it to go out of its way for fuel. Don't think. So I suppose they stop when sometimes when they run by these things, maybe. Yes. $280 tons of steel. Come on, we want you over at. Yes, this is a strange spur indeed, but there are still other options to choose from. No, there are not. Thought there was one that way as well, but there isn't. This is your only option. Well, it was a wise decision then. Yes, wait, buses here. You can see the worker buses that will have brought the workers that will take this steel and hammer and weld it into this ship. Although it would seem like that most of the steel already has gone in, if you just judging by eye here. But yes, it's the mechanics of how it's working. Game, how engine and things. Here, now it should be... Yes, we actually had quite a few workers here. Very nice. And then you go back again. Immediately, don't you? Because you have storage. Right. Yes. Bye-bye train. Steel mill. 29 workers. That is not... That's very few. That is very few. But it is the ship that we want mostly. the palace of the Soviets is nice and all, but it can wait. The ship is more important. It is part of the. We need it. We need something to do with all the bitumen. And well, we could say put it on a train and export, but no, we're doing it this way. Since we can, apparently. But we cannot sit around here watching it, because that is not going to be conducive to mental health. What is? You see, it is actually, if you look here, for example, you can see that it is actually moving ever so slowly. Yes, it can be measured in pixels by minute. Yes. And there's not very many if you just count the height or something. But if we look at it, it is... Well, I hope that the proper release of ships, which is supposed to be 0.8.2, whatever it will be, is going to be the proper release of ships, and they will be officially out of beta, whatever they call it, for this game, which is still early access, and I don't know how they're thinking. Or I sort of know how they're thinking, but that's not usually how a game development cycle is. But that's fine. We are a development cycle, maybe, but the cost per. Never mind. Don't talk about rubbish about things you don't know so much about. Correct. Look at the ship. How much you know about ships? Not that much neither. They float, preferably. We like them to float. That's a good thing if they do. It's also a good thing if they can carry things and propel themselves in some way. Yes. That's about it. Husqvarna shopping mall. This is good. We're keeping up. 10,700 workers. Is there any low-hanging fruit here with regards to building more more housing? There are only 788 unemployed workers, 323 adults. Yes, that's quite a few. Is it not? Yes, this, but stadium. One worker without job. 4 workers can't work because there's no kindergarten. 153 citizens were unable to participate in any sport. Do we really do this opium for the masses? This. What will it help, really? Will it make them any happier? No, they are already 100% happy. Might make them a bit more healthy. Might actually make them a bit more healthy. Shall we try and see if it makes them more healthy? You don't push this button, you push this button if you want to do it. Continue construction. But we need to suspend this, otherwise it's never going to happen. Suspend. You can wait a bit, Palace of the Soviet here. Yes, we need so much steel anyway that it's ridiculous. We can wait for this to build up, actually. Yes, 618 tons. That's about what you need for your next thing. 627. And then when you're done with that, you're going to need 6,500 tons more. No, about 5,000 tons more. It's very reasonable. It's one of those ships more. Even more than one of those ships. But this, how much 81 tons of steel. That's too small amount, you know, to build such a thing. It's too cheap, is what I'm saying. That's good. Just drive straight through them, you know. No one ever gets hit. It's fantastic. Such efficiency that it provides. If we have, down here now, where there are roads have been built, this road has not been built. You mean that this construction office was too far out of range to get to it? No, not if we increase its range. But that means that we're going to have to build another one. And another one. I don't think that we need this oil, but this could actually be exploited for a bit of, just to build something. I don't think that there is any more. There's just these two. Yes, this does not warrant a pipe. This. So there's only two of them. It may warrant a few trucks, though. There's ever only going to be these two here. They can pump directly into this tank. It has two inputs. Yes. And then we'll take a few trucks or something to go from here. Yes. It sounds like a pretty good idea. We might even build a tunnel for this would be a more useful tunnel than the one that you built here that no one uses. They can go around the mountain. Just want to keep it in range of that one. Yes. You have input there and there. That would be good. Yes, something like this. We'll take it as it is suggested even. This, okay, on this occasion. And here you come around a bit like so. Now we need access to all of this too, as here. The thing about this is that it's great because they get you going quickly. God damn it, do you not fit underneath here? No, that's why you should not have done it that way. You should have done it yourself. The game likes to put them really close to the ground, such that you can't get eroded. Yes, I know, but I thought it looked like it actually had a bit of clearance, but it didn't. There we go. S. There we have it. How to get them going. And they need electricity too, of course. That's quite important. And is there anything else? Is there something that for the road vehicles to load from here? There isn't. As you see here, infrastructure, pipeline, that there is only this, oil, fuel, loading, unloading. This is more of a train thing, you know. Yes, it has access for vehicles too, but it's not very good at it. It's not... no, it's not very good, let's put it that way. This will have to do it. And electricity, you said? Yes, electricity. Substation. I think that there ought to be electricity somewhere over. Let's follow the high voltage, for example. Somewhere over there ought to be. I think there is an easy hookup available. Someone has left. There never is. There never is a switch left just hanging, you know. And this it goes all the way out here to. But here there is a switch available. And it isn't that far away. It is a lot further away than this though, because you can't be bothered building. I don't like power outages to the food industry. Is what it's about. Yes, it doesn't feel good. You know. It's just that. Otherwise, I have no problem with it. Such. Yes, I will be a good sport here and leave a connection available for future use. You should always do that. We have done that bit. Alright then, where was it? It was over there somewhere. Okay then, and then we cross underneath this one. Here. Yes. There it is. Target is within sight. Although, is this... you know, this is defunct. This might actually be hooked up to something. Yes, here. Yes, it is hooked up to something. Very good. That takes care of that then. Yes, this will be a bit convoluted if you don't know the history here of how this came to be. But here, for example, let's not take out the wrong one. Here is about a sort of a good place for these to meet, you know, and such. This is very far away. Will where did it go? It went here. This is one. Is it? Are you sure? Yes, I am. Here I think is a good place for these to meet. You know what? Here is a good place for these to meet. This is a terrible place for these to meet. Because the angle of connection is really very... That's the worst thing. Yes, but it will work. Hopefully. And things are, construction vehicles are in full effect, of course. Oh, this is an old dumper. Yes, this is a T148. Oh, we have had that for a long time. It has been doing many hauls here. Yes, I really wish the vehicles would have an odometer. You know, here, rolling something somewhere. Odometer, counting kilometers. $50 tons of meat. You see, we are increasing in population. We need to increase production here. slightly if possible. Yes, here it is possible to increase production. Not that much though, this much. $38,000. We are growing. We were supposed to be established safely about 30,000, and this is safely about 30,000. But a train doing a stupid thing in somewhere it shouldn't. That's enough to make us fall hard. Really hard, in fact. Oh, it's the boat steel that is in at the moment. Suck it up while you can before the steel transporter gets here. It's just left though, and it has quite a trip to make. Molla, they don't need anything. Beates, they don't need anything. Oskarshamn, they need plenty. You can go directly to Oskarshamn. Do we need it? Do we want it to come back quicker? No, we don't. Do your thing. Do your regular thing. We actually want it to be out for a while so that we can gather up some steel for the boat. There's 180 workers. We're not going to get any more. You were envisioning something, you said. Yes, but it's not possible. Sure about that? A midpoint about here. It is not perfect. No, it isn't. No, neither is this. We can't do anything about this. This is too tangled up. And it's how it is. It's just how it is then. I mean, sure, one could build a bus platform here. One could actually build a bus platform here. One could build a bus platform here. And do something. Because it has walking access here. And if one were to have a bus platform then, really one of these ones, big ones. No, it's not necessary to have such a big one. We can try something of these here. What should we call it? The platform station. Small version 2, one way. Small one way, extra small one way, extra small one way. I don't know if this would be good or so better than anything else here. This is no, this is pointing the wrong way. But something like this in about here. We'll try this and see what happens. That is placed a bit unfortunate for our purposes. So we're not going to get a nice, but there you have it. That's what it will be. It's not that bad. And then a footpath here. Yes, you know how many factory connections I'm giving up for you people here now. All of them, almost. That must almost be bought, or we do this and it doesn't have to be bought, but then this will take a whole lot longer. It's okay. We'll do that. Yes. This road should be upgraded. Yes, and this is an excellent way to get a dumper truck stuck in, for example, the asphalt plant and causing an extreme backup all the way out to here and killing everyone, or at least half the population. Yes, from starvation or something. It's just one of the many ways that this can go wrong. I cannot participate in any sport. They're not going to. Only the people of Husqvarna is going to have sports because it was so conveniently planned in such a long time ago, and everything is. We're going to need to do a few more footpaths though, I think. They are very keen to work here, it would seem, on the construction sites. No, you shouldn't be so keen on this stuff. Or maybe they should. Who am I to say? Radio station ever at 50% and television station at 88%. Very good. 89 even, yes. Very good. The expected influence is 36% plus happiness. This is very good. 1700 viewers. Nice. Might not sound like a lot, but it is. Yes, it is. Because of how it works in the game. Many, look at anyone here. You're at the shopping mall, but when they get home, I bet they'll be watching television. As you see, watching television, but only for a little while. There you go, not watching television. Watching television. And so on. It goes. What was the point? Yes, the point is that the number of people actually watching. This is as of this very moment. Yes, it is momentous. This number. Right, exactly now there are 1700 people watching. Anyway, but yes, the outreach is much greater. We probably reach. How many did have 76% of the population? That doesn't sound like much. Why doesn't everyone have a television? Because they are too young. Maybe they haven't had time to get one. We're not doing a poor job of distributing electronics anywhere, are we? They have electronics. Not a lot, not enough. Antocino, I'm pretty sure, has electronics here, yes. And everyone has electronics. What are you talking about? Is this where we're supposed to be getting back to? And the adult children. But no, Molna doesn't actually have any. Just one. Have we depopulated Molna or what's wrong? 11 workers can't work due to sickness. You're living a little bit too far away from the hospital, maybe. Yes, you are. And in fact, I think that you might be living too far away from everything. No, you can walk to the shop. But you can't walk to the hospital. Which is going to be bad for your health. in the long run. Okay, so Molla is not that hot for the adult children. That's did not sound right, but they are adults, and they may anyway. 16 workers can't work because there's no kindergarten. There are no adult children here neither. Where are they all? They're supposed to be 1100. Huntasino, really? I don't think so. Yes, here we have them. Here there are plenty. Everywhere. $387. Okay. Is this no? Yes, they are around steel. Of course they are. At least we have some dumpers. Yes, and unfortunately, I think that you will be out of steel for a bit. As we're building the palace of the Soviets, It is not the quickest thing in all of history to be constructed, but neither is this ship. Yes, that's right. Construction of Palace of Soviet is halted at the moment. Construction of the ship is not halted, though. But it is taking time. Adult children. Katsincha, there cannot possibly be adult children. Yes, there are. The hell. We have built so much new housing here. This can't be possible. But this. Yes, this ought to make them well educated. At the very least, the adult children. How can we see how educated they are? I don't think so. But we can do this. Yes, all of them are educated. But what are we supposed to do? We build more housing. They will multiply again. We will need more resources for them. They will need more food eventually. More crops is what they need. I see the food factory here. It's going fully at the moment. As such. So, no, I don't think that we should expand much more. We're pretty good. Yes, what we will expand with is this little oil thingy. Not that. That's a big oil thing. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to do this. How are you coming? There's no worker mechanism. You're not coming at all. Not quickly anyway. Oh, no workers on board. Very nice. Oh no, something is confused. Yes, you see, this I foretold this would happen. Yes, we need to do this then. Yes. Okay. Anyone else that is confused about things, maybe? Here it does not look good, but it might be catastrophical. Yes, it is catastrophical because this thing it need workers at the construction site or a bulldozer maybe. You can do control H here. Yes, goodbye. You will unload a bulldozer and then it will work maybe. How long had it? Not long enough for this to get off. But you have been sitting right in the nick of time. That allowed you to get on through and realize that you didn't have any asphalt and you don't have any gravel. Yes, what was it that we sent away? It was a gravel truck, but it was stuck. There's still no asphalt here, you know. So the bus line then will go. It will go round and round like so. And back and forth to back and forth from to and from here, mostly from here. If you're talking about the passengers, the flow of people and passengers. But there aren't that many people here. Where are they all? 45. Many are working in here. Such is the case. Lots of these people, 30 workers are without job. Small shop. Maybe it's just that the number isn't that great, but we have a great potential here. We might well have. But we're not getting to it before we can get this in. Since we're constructing paving roads, yes, it is not quick. We have to forget about that for a while and come back to it later on. Oh, look, the fuel train has just been loaded up. How are they doing nowadays? It's not full, but it's not doing bad neither. It's decent. Could we get the second fuel transport? I wonder if you're currently heading to here and you have that much on board, you say. Well, it is a bit of a frequency thing as well. So maybe we should have two of them. Yes, we should have two of them. Bitumen, 78%. Okay. Ship, will it be finished in time? I doubt it. I'm not sure. Very good balance here with the workers and the resource. In fact, over time, that is. Right now we have too much resource, or not enough workers. Is how one would put it. Why are there only 17 workers here? No, I don't know. It's just how it is. And okay, it's fine. It is all fine. Yes, but at this rate, 150. We're not going to. What is it on now that is on fire? A pipe pumping station in Trirov. It's not connected to road. This pipe pumping station. It is not possible to connect this to road. This pipe pumping station. Damn it. I would very much not like this pipe pumping station to burn down. I think that this pipe pumping station is going to burn down. Unless we sacrifice the electricity wire here. What is this for? It's for the fuel loading thing. It is quite important, but then again, this is arguably more important. Yes, it is more important. So screw you. The power line. Cancel. Wire. And yes, come underneath here and you can do it. Get over there. Yes, there we have it. Now fire truck was called and headed for the fire. And this power line is impossible to build, regrettably, because you cannot build something, you cannot construct something like that. You need to tear down the entire line to do that. And is that happening? I suppose this is happening because it wasn't that far, really. I will get to use a bit of prefab panels. That is not every day nowadays that we use prefab panels. No, the angle of connection is too sharp. I saw that coming. Because this was just here, you know. That's not going to work. We can do it this way. Yes, that looks very good. There you have it. We saved it. We saved the pipe pumping station, and how much actually went offline now? Both the chemical plants are still going. That's good. This is offline. That's maybe not the problem for the moment. Yes, you're going to wait here for a while until they get the wire put back in, but that's okay under current circumstances. But something else was not okay under current circumstances. Because the game crashed to desktop. It has not done that in a long time. Let's see what the autosave has for us. When was it? It was not. It's not that bad. It's 3 minutes ago. Might even. Yes, might even not have it catch fire, that thing, and which will definitely prompt me to get the road in and redo the power line. In either case. No, we've had this track and this too. Maybe I think we've had all of them so many times. But it is what we got, and it's nothing. It's an excellent soundtrack. Oh, we're about here. Oh, it's still burning. What the hell? It's oh, it's not bad. We just need to do this. It was fire truck. It was called, and he's headed for the fire. There we have it. It will save the day again here. Fantastic. Isn't it fantastic? Yes, it's fantastic. How the ship, is it coming along? Don't look in the lake, look in the sea. It's operating without issues. 122 tons of steel. They have... Yes, pardon me. Here we have steel for the ships. You're standing at steel mill, getting loaded. Very good. Five workers in the steel mill. That really doesn't sound like a lot to me. It sounds like very few. Is there a catastrophe somewhere? No. There just aren't any buses around. Oh, there's a bulldozer out here. Yes, and you cannot overtake here apparently. No. And it disappeared or something. I just took my eyes off it, but I think it disappeared. That ought to do it. That ought to get some, the buses are not full, really, but it could do something. Problem is that all the buses in here are so tangled up in each other, and it goes there and unloads a bit, and it goes there in case it's full, and then it goes there, and then it goes from every which way. And I don't think I'm going to mess around with it seriously, because it's just dangerous, But here they get street lighting. If they can please be so kind as not to get stuck in the asphalt plant whilst we're building it. There you go, now you're not cut off from the world anymore. No. This is a bit too small. The Stalinismus Medical University. Maybe we should build something bigger. I mean, such as we have... how large is that again? University. These are annoying that they don't keep up, the small ones. Ministry of Culture. Well, this should definitely be in Husqvarna, if anything. Yes, the Ministry of Finance. That's maybe a bit too big. Yes, and this is too big too. Oil company. This is quite large. Although here would be the place for it. But it is enormous. We could put another one of those. Right here, a second Stalinismus Medical University. Or we do not bother, because they do not. I mean, point is, in 2 years here, when you turn 21, you will start working, and if you got a degree, you will work as a professor or a doctor here. But we don't need that many of those. What we need are people working in the oil refinery and in the chemical plants and things, and steel mill, coal mine, so on. That's what we need. As in any day now, they'll be done with the road here, so that we can get a look at the Piedansk bus station, extra small, one way. Yes, indeed. Ship. No, wait a minute. Yes, ship update. Still a bit to go. Yes, but what about here? Here? Yes, the stadium is not done. They want steel. Okay then. Well, then what we're going to do is that no, wait a minute. I need to get one of these in. I just need to get one of these. It's for the better of everyone. Here we go. Thank you for understanding. And now we'll do the break and be back very soon. And we resume, friends. I mean, just moments. Yes, just moments. 586 workdays left until the boat is finished. And isn't that something? That is quite something. I don't know what is a good... need something, some music here. No, not this. We not have. This is more like it. I think there's 500 workdays remaining. I mean, supposedly there is an animation here. We shall see what happens. If anything. We have waited a long time for this. When did we start? 2011, 2010? 4 or 5 years it took. Yes. Palace of Soy is going to take even longer. 380 workdays. Yeah, I suppose it is time to end this when you come up on 2015. Or you could just keep on going forever. There is nothing stopping you. I mean, there is plenty of things on the map to explore. No, it's not explore, but to exploit. Yes, why would we exploit more? We have everything we need. Yes, we do. But the ship is about to be finished. It's I wonder, should we retire the buses here, or should we keep this manic pace up with the next boat? No, I think that we only need one, really. I think so, and it's about to be done. The final 100 workdays here. I can hardly believe it that the time has come. 4,500 tons of steel. And how many workdays? I don't know. Enormous amount. And it's about to be done. Any moment now. There's 10. There, yes. That's quite pretty. That is. That's very nice. Yes, I certainly hope that we can also get some, you know. It still makes that sound the same as a car does. There should be a foghorn that burp. There, go there, pumping harbor, load. I can't tell you what to load. No, unload. Oh, you're still new. I see. Brand new vehicle, you say. Where are you going? You're not a brand new vehicle. Load 100%. No. Just do I need to do this? Let's go here. Yes, there we go. Now you can load up on bitumen. Wait until I load it and then eventually go beyond the western borders. And don't go to the depot. There we have her. Isn't she? She is quite magnificent. Let's behold the new bitumen sink. The final solution to the bitumen problem. The bitumen problem, to the bitumen resource that we have is in slight abundance due to the amount of bitumen that gets produced when you produce fuel, which we use in quite large amounts. And this is the first time I use this, but I hope, I presume it's going to work. Previously there was only mod that did this, but now you can also do yes, you can now also pump things out and in of the harbor. Fine, very nice. Yes, come on then. They are still very slow. It's how they're supposed to be. You know, these buses. Yes, we can retire. We put to pause a little bit of them. Like many of them. Yes, like quite a few of them, in fact, like all but one. We still need one to do the, whatchamacallit, the fire station and the fire station, yes, the fire station, nothing. The fire station, but a few will also go to work at the shipyard, which is no problem. So they can work away ever so slowly at the next ship. Yes. In 250 years, it might be finished. 3 buses, that's too many. I just want 1. Thank you. There were quite a few on this line. 11 buses we had on this line. Yes, if we had all the steel and everything available, we could put them all down here instead, but it doesn't. We don't have the steel. How much steel we have? 300 tons. 627 tons. Well, you can start working again. Population 39,000. Yes, I saw it. There we go. Escapes, yes, that would be the adult children that are growing up. Maybe. Maybe. Or we could build a new city for the adult children to start a new life. You know, out here in the shadow of the palace of the Soviets. I'm not so sure about that, you know. The stadium is finished. It seems like they need many staff in relation to the number of visitors that can be accommodated. Yes. Fast days demands unsatisfied drink alcohol. Go to the pub. I know you're watching television. But anyway, you were doing sports. How did your sports increase? 47. As you see, I think ruin lies in this direction. Why don't you people go to church instead? Some of you do. Not many though. You know, you have 0% religious interest, but you go to church. Apparently, where the accounting office. This is all the way out here. So it is. Yes, you were looking at this is a confusing window. Gravel. There's a resource status for this area, of course, yes. Meat, 30 tons. That's good that we're catching up on the meat up here. We've been behind, very far behind. In fact, let's see, we're going to need a whole lot. And fuel, 89 tons. Doesn't sound like much, but the thing is out here is. That reminds me though, the fuel system is a bit, you know, what should we call it? Vulnerable, yes. Easily harmed, yes, is what it is. And one could build oil tanks. I have built, wait a minute here. This must be finished since ages ago. Yes, it is. Yes, you have been pumping here for a while. We're going to go do this with trucks, you said. Yes. You see here we have somewhere. Here we have many trucks. 3, I think 3 should be enough. Yes, but it's not how you want to do it. No, it isn't. That is not how we do it. Do it this way. Create new line. No. This is only... Yeah. I'm all out of ideas apparently. This is from oil, yes. It's completely clear what it does. Well, you go here, among other things. There you go, but you do not load, you unload. One could even say that this should be your second stop, but it doesn't really matter. And here is where your first stop is. Where you load and like so, you go back and forth. That's what you do. And now we go back to the vehicle area. It's turning into quite a collection, isn't it? Yes, it is turning. Hmm. Yes, this is turning into a bit of a collection. Let's see here. We want oil tankers. Such as these. Such as these. And that ought to do it. One rides very tall, high up from the ground in this here truck. Yes, and what are you doing now? I'm going to the gas station. I would think that you're... Yes. You couldn't have thought of this earlier. Yes, there we have it. What's Olja? Come on then. Come on then. One thing that would be really helpful would be if you went to this place first. Maybe we should make this clear, just in case anything stupid could happen, but then nothing should be able to happen. That's one thing I've noticed about these here trucks that we are quite heavily invested in, is that the top speed is 100 kilometers an hour. I thought that they could do more. Yeah. But that's an ambulance, one of our own. Yes, right. Should we? Yes, we should. We should do the same to the other ones as well. But they don't seem to follow. I would have thought that there is one. Hove. Yes. Oh, and here's the third one. You also go to Hove first. No, you did something. Yes, you're not used to this line system, you know. Because this one, this is no longer part of this line. Set line to vehicle, that one. Yes. Thank you. No, what is this really the nicest thing that we... Yeah. Yes, a bit of color does the trick, you know. That's more like it. And that's only one. There are plenty to choose from. This one is not bad. No, it looks like one of those what's it called, KMZ 5410s. No, we will not have it looked at one of those. I think that the first one that we stumbled upon was very nice. There are many to choose from. Yes. And here we are back at the... And yes, they saw to do it then. Well, what can we say? It takes its time. Oh, there comes a large truck. I don't even know how this is going to work, how efficient this is going to be. We are transporting a little bit of oil here via road down here. Down to here. Yes, down to here is where we're transporting it. And we're using up all the oil that we're pumping. Question is, do we need it? Not really. We don't need this much. We could be doing steel instead. For example. Speaking of which, this is finished, of course, a long time ago. Is it time to put it to use then? Yes, I think it is. Another line. No, we'll reuse a line and put more buses on it. Katincha to steel. Yes. That's the one. You're the real, the new, yeah. And the new steel works. And a new stop, which is here. And remove stop, yes. Yes, and do not get in anyone there, only get out and only get in. And then we'll have like 100 of those buses on that one. Maybe we can try. Yes, just to make it clear here exactly how it is, what this we want them to be doing. As I said, many of the buses on this line. Let's see, at the Katincha bus platform 2, 73 workers. Not that many. What do you think the possibilities are of driving people over from Hansasino to here? It's not possible. Don't be silly. It is like all the way. Oh, it's over here. No. Don't even. What we'll have is here. Oh, here are buses. Set vehicle to line. This vehicle is already assigned to this line. That many? Sure. Look at the traffic. What is this slow thing and what are you doing here? You're the drink for Katincha. Why the hell are you doing this? All the way over from Swage. Stop this. Yes, we can go and park you up somewhere. And here will be a very nice place for you to park. Because I'm pretty certain that we don't have a... What? Yes, in here. Yes, in here we have alcohol. And the distribution office is taking care of that, isn't it? And office tasks. Yes, at the warehouse you load alcohol and you unload food, apparently. I don't know where do you... Ah, yes, you do. That's correct. Casino pub too. Casino pub unload. Yes, it's all taken care of. That truck was very legacy, we have to say. Yes, the ship, has it started loading yet? Yes, this does not look quite right, you know. I mean, we have spent how many? 219,304. Oh, yes. God damn it. Work days on this, and not even not mentioning even the bitumen here that we produced, and this wonky business, couldn't you have? Apparently not. And we haven't managed to get any fuel in here, and I don't understand quite how or why. Because you supply the Husqvarna gas station and you load from train diesel station, but the pipe pumping harbor you don't want to unload any fuel at. No, you don't. We shall have to remove this connection then, because it isn't working. And I suppose we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. And we wouldn't happen to have a S1 firefighter. That's not very much. That's an alarmingly small amount, in fact. It's called a medium distribution. Yes, there wouldn't happen to be a tanker available here. This is a cement tanker. Not what we want. No, what we want is one of these. And change the color scheme. You go from here to train diesel station. Although maybe 40 tons. That sounds like a very small amount for ships to fuel up from if a train diesel station has 150 tons. I don't know about this. Just how it's supposed to work, but we'll try. Yes, what else can we do? Load fuel. Unload fuel. Yes. Start. Even this is slow, pumping. It's also an enormous amount that we're pumping. It is a very large amount, is what it is. But you are, yes, you're waiting until load. 11,000 tons left here, and the train ought to be bringing more quite soon. Is it on its way, maybe? Yes, the vehicle is heading to this building with another 606 tons. Very nice. Very nice. How are you doing? There are quite a few workers here, and only one, none at the fire station. And if do we have to do this then, maybe? 50-50. Yes. If it's from the bus perspective, yes. That will do it. If it works as expected. Which it might well not. May well not. No. Difference, I think that this is it. Now we have the bitumen sink. What else is going to break? Well, these trains are a bit dangerous, you can't trust them. You see, it has happened again. You see, this is, has it already, it has not yet affected the population, but this is terrible. And it's the same goddamn train again. I don't know about this. Maybe we'll get the truck for the electrical components. I think that we may just do that eventually, or at least park this up in here until such time as we need it. This ought to alleviate the pain slightly. Not enough though. Might still happen with something else. Yes, and how long have you been? There are no workers. Meat, gravel, plastics. I think they've been sitting for a while. But not so long that it was enormously stacked up here. So not too unreasonable, I don't think. Yes, one more catastrophe that might have been averted was crops here. Yes, but this is decent now. This is good. Something went wrong out here with the logistics. I think it was when this farm... There were two things. One farm burned down, this one. It was rebuilt very quickly, but then forgotten about. Yes, and sat around without any vehicles or mechanisms in it. And also this one, I think got the ownership of plenty of fields here, and it didn't have enough transport on this end, export transport, yes, to handle it. You see, there's still an enormous backlog here. Yes. Okay, we could get you another covered hull. No problem at all. Just in case you need it. I'm not sure that's the problem though, because this tends to fill up quite often. But you can have one more. Here you go. Pardon, that must have been a terrible noise. I'm terribly sorry about that. Yes, it's about time, isn't it? Yes, it's about time. But now then, did we resume work on the palace of the Soviets? Yes, you're missing steel. 329 tons to left to do the steel framing. Yes, you know, is it okay? But the steel framing is only done on this level apparently. Yes, I don't know. We shall see. But I mean, 329 tons. That's quite doable. That we'll have that done in no time at all. Except that. All the steel gets eaten up by the vehicles industry. And they keep making many vehicles, a bit more than we actually need, maybe. Yes. But what can I don't stop them or slow them down even. But here you are at the steel mill loading up. One thing that will help immensely would be to send you here to Husqvarna. Because that would allow them to finish the steel framing phase of the project. Yes, it would. Television station, 86% rating, completely decent. And here there must be, yes, there are many workers waiting. There is a great untapped resource here for workers. But we can't quite be bothered with doing anything with them. And here we can build more railroad. We're not going to right now anyway. But one day one might build more railroad. Who knows? Who knows? But now at a population of 39,000 and the crop grain storage here is increasing, very good. Meat is decreasing slightly. We shall increase the production livestock. Maybe we need both livestock farms going at more or less full rate here. We'll see how they do. Cannot store or export food. Very good. And this fabric factory, yes, you're missing crops, really? Why? I think the things are busy doing other things. The forklifts, yes. Yes, these could help. Yes, they could. But they don't have fuel. Never mind. It's plenty enough. Look at this. We have 85 tons of clothing in there. They might go out of fashion, you know. Yes, it's plenty enough. Dear friends, thank you so very much for watching. Good night.